Hi guys, welcome to my channel and you're welcome to another episode of In My Opinion. Today we're going to be talking about in-laws. It's not easy. I have stories here about in-laws which I would love us to talk about, and then you tell me how you handle it, I'll tell you how I'll handle it, and we can just help each other. You know how that goes. So if you would like to see all this, just keep watching. Guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kenna and I am a mom of three, sharing my motherhood journey with you, talking about topics related to motherhood, marriage and all that. So please, if you are interested, kindly click on that subscribe button before you start watching, because I don't want you to get carried away with all these in-law gists and then you forget to click on that subscribe button. Click on that subscribe button right away. That's it. Let's go straight into the video. The first story I'm going to read is this. My husband's younger sister is always at our house. Most times, if she's around, she doesn't help with any house chore. She will be in the room pressing her phone, eat when she's hungry, then go back to the room. I am still not bothered because that's how she behaves with her mother too. She doesn't help her mom too, but the annoying part is that after eating, she will drop her plate. That one hits me. She would drop her dirty plate in my kitchen. Oh, I feel like confronting her. Or should I leave her? Hey, see, hey. That one for plate pain me, because you guys know I like my kitchen spotless. Not to say that I've washed my things. Hi, God, is the pain for me. Well, like I say all the time, to be an in-law, diplomacy is a huge thing. I feel like to avoid problems, you should talk to your husband. It's true you say that's how she is with her mom as well, but your brother, her brother, that's your husband, is supposed to talk to her and tell her that, see, if you're coming to this house, my wife is not your maid, my wife is not your cook, my wife will not come and be doing everything here while you sit. No, if you're coming to this house, you drop that phone, you get up in the morning, you help her. Because sometimes, guys, for me, like I always say, I like to do my things on my own. If you come to my house, if my sister-in-law comes, whether she cooks, she doesn't cook, whether she cleans, she doesn't clean, it really doesn't bother me. That is, whether it's my husband's sister or my brother's wife, I really don't care whether you come to my house, you're working or you're not working. I have no problem. But for me, sometimes I feel like what makes me happy is you attempting. If you come and you see me cooking and you're like, what can I help you with? You have already won me over, you have already cooled my heart. Or you just see my husband eat and his plate is on the table and you just go and pick it, you clean it, you wash it, you do it. You have just already appeased me. Sometimes I don't need you to do all those things, but for you to just show concern, like you cannot be doing all these things while I'm sitting here, let me even propose, that for me it's just okay. So I don't think that this lady it's advisable for her to go and start talking to her sister-in-law, because you're just creating enemies unnecessarily, especially with the fact that she doesn't do it in her mother's house. What has your mother-in-law done? Has your mother-in-law as well spoken to her while she was in your house? Or maybe she's just that little princess where they're like, oh, you don't wash plates, you don't do that. You don't want to go and tell the house princess to wash plates. I feel like it's a delicate kind of situation. It might look simple, but it's kind of delicate. For me, when it comes to in-laws, if there's something that has to be done, especially when it comes to coming to stay in my house and things like that, I would just tell my husband, this is what your sister did and I don't like it. Talk to her. There are certain things that I can talk, but there are also certain things that I really would not want to just put myself in that situation. So for me, what I'll tell you to do is just tell your husband, explain everything that's been going on to your husband, and your husband is supposed to talk to her. If your husband is also somebody who is vigilant, because I'm just imagining my husband like, none of my husband's cousins, sisters can come to my house and they're sitting and feeling funky and I'm working. It's different if all of us, me and them, were sitting and feeling funky. But if my husband sees I'm working, I'm cleaning, I'm washing, then you sit. Even my own sister or my brother or my friend cannot come to my house and you sit and you're feeling funky and I'm cleaning, when my husband is aware that you have never gone and said, can I help you? And I said, he's going to tell you, like, ha. My mom was like, no, you don't come. How can you be sitting here? Is Kenna not cooking? Oh. You just have to be very careful with the way you're handling this, okay? Since I gave birth via CS, my father-in-law has refused to call me. Even when my husband called him first, immediately I came out of the theater, he said that he can't call me because I refused to call him to tell him that I put to bed. Mind you, my child is the first grandchild in the family. He refused to visit even during my baby's dedication, but my mother-in-law came. Has anyone ever had such an experience before? Please, how do you handle it? My husband is not also in support of this. Oh my God, see, marriage, I say it all the time, you have to be diplomatic. If you're not a diplomatic person, you cannot be married, my dear people. How do you handle this? Excuse me, I gave birth through CS. I gave birth through CS. And maybe I was even unconscious, I was in pain. Even if I was not unconscious, you expect me to pick my phone and call you. Your son calling to tell you that I've given birth is not enough. You expect me, like, ignore him. Ignore him. Ignore him. That's all I can say. Maybe I'm that bad girl or that bad wife that is coming online to tell people to ignore their father-in-law, but ignore him. That person doesn't seem to care about you, because anybody, any father who cares about you be thinking, oh my God, this girl, she was operated upon, is she fine? He'll be wanting to call you to hear your voice to ensure that you're doing okay. What in the see now? We the marry. Let me talk like people in my life now. Now marry. How on earth? I can imagine the pain. I've never given birth through CS, but I know the pain I go through after having a child. I don't call anybody to tell people I've given birth. My husband will call, or my mom, and people will call because they know that I'm tired. Like, each time people give birth and I hear people say things like, oh, she's not called to tell me, I don't know that she has given birth. If she doesn't call me, I don't know. I'm just like, people are different though, because I don't even think my brother's wife will give birth and then I'll be angry that she did not call to tell me. I wanted only her. The news has spread. And this is something too when it comes to like death. I have seen instances where people die and some people are like, I know we'll go that die if they no call tell me, say the person don't die. And I'm like, even during death, things like death, for me, things like death, birth, they shake me a lot. If I hear that this person has given birth, I don't care whether you told me, you did not tell me, I'm going to go and greet the baby. If I hear that, even if my worst enemy lost somebody, I feel bad because I don't wish death. I don't wish anybody to go through that kind of pain. So for me, somebody who calls himself your husband's father, he cannot call you. Even when your husband is talking to him on the phone and he wants you to talk to him, he's saying that he's not going to see his grandchild, his first grandchild, because you did not call him. That man does not love you. He does not care about the child. And the good part is that your husband is his support. So you should ignore him. If he ever comes back senses, he'll come. If he doesn't, okay. The next one is, please, how do I handle this? My brother-in-law visits us unannounced. He will get to the gate and call his brother and that he's at the gate. I'm sure this is because if he doesn't call someone from outside, you can't have access to the compound. If not, we will just see him at our door. He comes every weekend and goes on Monday morning. I'm complaining because we live in a mini flat, a room, a parlor, a kitchen, just one toilet and one bathroom. Some in-laws, have shame, my God. Oh my God, this is bad. Whenever he's around, I'm not free. I can't be naked. I have to remain in the room and be pressing my phone. I have to cook larger meals. Plus, I work Monday to Friday online during the weekends, stretching myself to grow my business. My husband keeps warning him that he cannot just barge in on us, but he still shows up. So why are you people still opening up when you tell him that? Oh my God. This last weekend, I was so upset because I was extra tired from work. I still managed to pull through. Guess what? When he was leaving on Monday, he left his clothes behind. I'm sure that's what he wants to use as an excuse to come this weekend. What can I do, please? To think that we are planning to move to a 3-bedroom apartment, does it mean he has a plan to move in when we are in a bigger place? I feel like when we get married, we have to have certain conversations. We have to have certain conversations with our partners when we are getting married, because like the part that I first of all don't understand is, why on earth is your husband is already telling him that you don't barge, but he's still barging and you are still opening? You people have to mean business. You have to show him that when you say that don't do this thing, you mean that don't do this thing. And if you do that thing, this is going to be the result. The next time he comes without announcing his visit, you people should tell him that you are not receiving guests so he can go. You cannot just make my home into your weekend resort. Every weekend you're coming to my house, as in. So I cannot relax during the weekend with my husband. After working Monday to Friday, my husband is going for work Monday to Friday. Saturdays and Sundays that we're supposed to enjoy each other before having kids, you are now coming in. Like some of you in-laws, we need to have shame as an in-law. I don't know how some people don't have shame or they don't feel uncomfortable. A young couple who have just started their lives, guys. I can remember when I got married, Karen had a job to do, I think, was it a job or internship or something in Standard Chartered Bank here in Douala, and she felt so uncomfortable to ask us to come and stay, guys. At that point, I was staying here, just me and my husband. It's a 3-bedroom house. I was staying just with me and my husband. So she went and she was staying with her uncle, and she was telling me that, Kenna, I get bored on the weekends. Like, I'm not feeling it here. You know, this uncle and auntie life, they still look at me like I'm a baby and just things like that. Like, she wasn't really enjoying it. And I asked her, why didn't you come? Why didn't you come? And she was like, no, Kenna, you people just got married now. I feel a little uncomfortable coming to come and stay with you. Mind you, if I've never told you people before, Karen is my husband's sister. They're kind of related. So she's my sister-in-law. But she's feeling like, no, those are people who have sense. Because she knows that when people get married, they want to enjoy themselves. I was like, no, mama, please. So at that time, my husband used to travel a lot, even, which is even a different case. So I told her, no, please come. At that time, I used to call people, please, you people should come. Even at that, there's nobody that I know that would just get up to come and spend weekend in my house without telling me who born you. So I feel like when you get married, there are certain boundaries that you have to create. You have to learn how to create boundaries. Tell them no. As I'm getting married, we had the conversation, my husband and myself, we had conversations with each other, how we wanted things to do. First thing we decided was that nobody was going to come and stay in a house permanently. Yes, you can come and pass and go. You cannot come and stay in a house for more than 2 months, 3 months, except in exceptional cases, like serious exceptional cases. And it's going to take a lot for us to even agree. So that was it. We're like, okay, we don't want anybody coming to stay in a house. The only extra person that will come and stay in a house is going to be a nanny for now. That was it. And he had that conversation with his family. I had that conversation with my family. You don't come to our house without calling. And there was this stupid decision that we also made. That one backfired like crazy, because we decided that, okay, for anybody to come, like if my mom has to come, my mom has to call me, or my mom has to call him. And if his mom has to come, his mom has to call me. Guys, no, please. I'm giving you advice from somebody who has gone through that. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. So that caused a lot of friction between our moms. Like, my mother-in-law will be like, I'm supposed to come to your house. Excuse me, I'm supposed to call Kenna to tell her that I'm coming to your house and all that. So when it came to like our parents, that was off limits. But if anybody's coming, majority of the time now the relationship has grown. Majority of the time now, my brother doesn't have any problem calling my husband, oh, I'm coming to Douala, I have something to do, I want to spend a couple of days in your house, and that's fine. Other times, sometimes you call my husband, sometimes you call me, and that's the same thing. But the funny part is that my husband's family, if anybody wants to come here, majority of them, since my husband is kind of hard, majority of them always call me and they're like, okay, can I want to come here? And I'm like, it's okay. I'm almost always like, it's okay, because majority of the time we're just home alone and all that. So for me, it's a bad idea. You cannot just get up and you're going to somebody's house without telling them. I don't care who you are to them, especially if you're going to sleep and they have told you don't barge in. My dear, you people are letting these are things that you cut them off now. You're in that 1-bedroom apartment. You have to make him to understand that no, it doesn't work like that. You're not agreeing to that. You are not tolerating it. Make him to know. Your husband, I'm not telling you to be the one to go and tell him, because like I said, you have to be diplomatic when it comes to things like this. But you want to tell your husband to be more firm and tell him that this is the last time. I'm telling you, the next time you come without calling us, without letting us know, you don't know our plans, we're not going to let you in. And the next time if he does it, don't let him in. At that point, it's going to sink in, and then he will start calling you people. When he comes, I don't care whether he's coming from it's a 1 hour journey or anything. When you do that, it's going to make him to know that you're serious. Next time he's going to call, not to waste his transport to come and then he's turned down. I cannot tell you the number of people who have gotten mad with me because they're like, but you have a 3-bedroom apartment, and I'm like, but it's my right to tell you I don't want to stay with you. We don't want an extra person to stay in our house, and that is it. We don't care. I don't care whether you understand or not. We don't want it. The only people that we give exceptions to be very honest with you, is mostly our siblings who really do not want to stay. Who really most of the time do not even want to stay with us. And our parents, like our parents can come here anytime, stay, it's okay. My parents housed me for how many years in my life? How now will my father, for example, want to come and spend time in my house, and I'm telling my daddy, no, that you cannot come, like, you get. So those are the only exceptions. But after that, any cousin, any other person, no, it doesn't work. That's why we say there are certain conversations you have to have before getting married. These are some of the things that you have to talk about with your partner. How do we want the house to be? Who are we leaving to come and stay? Because there are situations that some people are getting married and the sister-in-law is already staying with the husband. How then are you people going to move from there? Is the husband going to look for a house for the sister-in-law to go and stay, or are you willing to come and stay with the sister-in-law? Those are the conversations you're supposed to be having. Anyway, I feel like I've spoken too much for this one, because it hit a nerve. Like, what the hell? What the hell? So yes, guys, this is it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let's talk more, and I'm going to see you on my next one. Love you guys. Bye. Mwah.